With Kalos being so important to me, I felt it was only fitting to choose this region for my very own challenge. Welcome back to the Shiny Route Quest. Hi there, I'm Nanabun, and it's great to see you again. In the last episode, we got our shiny Fennekin after 2 weeks and 2,426 soft resets. After that, it was time to move on to Route 2 and see what we could find. Route 2 contains 7 different Pokemon, 2 of which are version exclusive. We've got 20% Bunnelby, 20% Fletchling, 20% Scatterbug, 15% Zigzagoon, 14% Pidgey, and the version exclusive Pokemon, 11% Weedle in X and 11% Caterpie in Y. Naturally, I'd like to get the version exclusives out of the way as quickly as possible, especially considering they are the rarest things on this route as well. There is also a repel trick available to increase the encounter rates for Zigzagoon, Pidgey, and Weedle or Caterpie, which I may use later on. Just in case you're unaware, I will explain what a repel trick is. In most normal playthroughs, you may use repels to ward off all random encounters in certain situations. A repel can essentially remove certain random encounters you can find, based on the level of the first Pokemon in your party. Any Pokemon of a lower level than your lead Pokemon will be repelled. For example, if your lead Pokemon is level 10 and you use a repel in an area with Pokemon that are level 9 or 10, all level 9 encounters will be nullified, but the level 10 encounters will still be available to find. This works even if your lead Pokemon is fainted as well. You can use repels in this way to increase the encounter rates of certain Pokemon in certain areas. This is what's known as a repel trick, and it can be very useful for shiny hunting Pokemon that are found at higher levels than other Pokemon in the area. As I said earlier, you can slightly increase the encounter rates of Zigzagoon, Pidgey, and Weedle or Caterpie, while slightly decreasing the encounter rates of Bunnelby, Fletchling, and Scatterbug. This can be very helpful. Leading with the level 3 Pokemon on Route 2, the encounter rates of each Pokemon are as follows. Since we would be repelling certain encounters, this would also lower our chance to find a wild Pokemon at all. With this specific repel trick, we are nullifying 30% of the possible encounters on this route, meaning we can still find 70% of them. This slows us down slightly, but will be worth doing. Now begs the question, how will I get these repels? Normally, you can purchase repels at a Pokemart for $350 each. Seems pretty easy, right? Well, not exactly. Sadly, you can only buy repels if you have at least one gym badge, and since I only have access to Aquacord Town and Route 2 right now, I can't fight the first gym yet. This early in the game, I don't even have access to a Pokemart in the first place. So, what will I do? If I can't buy repels, surely I can't use them, right? Luckily, there is another method to obtain repels, and conveniently I can access this method right away. Allow me to introduce you to the pickup ability. I'm sure you're familiar with Pokemon abilities. There are many different abilities that are specific to different species of Pokemon. Pickup is an ability that allows a Pokemon to generate and hold a random item after winning a battle, based on the level of the Pokemon with the ability. This occurs 10% of the time. The pool of items you can obtain is limited, but it tends to get better as the Pokemon levels up. One of the items you can obtain from Pickup is, you guessed it, a repel. In X and Y, a repel can be generated by a Pokemon with this ability at a rate of 10%, all the way from level 1 to level 40. This chance increases at level 41, but we want to focus on the 10% chance for now. Combining that chance with the 10% chance of the ability activating in the first place, we end up with a 1% chance to pick up a repel after every battle we win. Sometimes a player will fill their party with pickup Pokemon to increase their chances. That's exactly what I want to do. Lucky for me, there are 2 Pokemon with the pickup ability located on this very route, Bunnelby and Zigzagoon. Naturally, I caught a team of 5 Zigzagoon with pickup right after getting my first Pokeballs. They have since been dubbed the Goon Squad. After that, the idea is to just knock out every wild Pokemon you find. This counts as winning a battle and can activate the pickup ability. I wanted as many repels as possible, so I spent a lot of time farming items with pickup, mostly off stream. Did I mention I stream? Go follow my Twitch! Now, the plan for using these repels is simple. Save the game, use up 10 repels, then soft reset. I can continue to do this over and over, and that means I will only have to use a maximum of 10 of my repels for each shiny I find. Of course, after we clear the first gym, we won't have to worry about being so conservative with our repel usage since we can easily buy more. but right now it's important to have as many as possible in our bag. With that out of the way, let's finally move on from Aquacord Town and start hunting in our next area. Since I was just starting off, I did not use the level 3 repel trick for the first few shinies. Let's just say that finding this first shiny was not very quick, and as a result I've decided I will not be fully completing each route for every video in this series. Instead, I've opted to only find 4 shinies for this video. In the meantime, I've been posting YouTube shorts to update you on my progress, like when I find a shiny. Before I knew it, the first phase reached odds, then 5,000 encounters, then 6,000. Not ideal of course, but kind of expected considering the luck I had when hunting Fennekin. As I approached double odds, I started to feel a bit discouraged. The last thing I wanted was to get this unlucky with my first random encounter shiny of the entire quest, but RNG can be unkind at times. I had begun working on a shiny badge quest in Shield around this time to make it a little more interesting on stream, since I was starting to feel a bit lost. Alas, I kept pushing and my efforts were rewarded. Boomy is an awesome shiny. Oh, I keep knocking into my water bottle, bro. Let me move it a little bit. That's better. No fucking way! Dude! It was Scatterbug just like I thought it would be! I'm gonna cry! Oh my god, yes! Dude, I have never been so happy to find a shiny. Oh my god! It happened! What do we nickname it, chat? What do we call him? Oh god, okay, wait. Oh my god, bro. Finally! Ah! My voice. I'm gonna name it This Is the Bug. This is the bug. Its name is This Is the Bug. Now that Shiny Scatterbug was ours, we could move on to Phase 2. Since I had surpassed double odds, finishing Phase 1 was a big relief for me. Up until this point, my unluckiest random encounter shiny with 1 in 4,096 odds took 8,588 encounters. This Scatterbug surpassed that, but thankfully not by very much. I fully expect some much unluckier phases throughout this quest, since I have to hunt so many Pokemon. With this shiny Scatterbug found, we are at 11,302 total encounters for 2 shinies, averaging out to 5,651 each. Honestly, I kind of deserve to go over double odds for this one after getting so lucky with Fennekin. As I began Phase 2, I felt much more motivated. Finishing a relatively long Phase 1 felt really good, and I was eager to continue my quest. After making the decision that it wasn't necessary to solely hunt on recording, similarly to how I hunted Fennekin, I reached half odds during my trip to Canada in June. Shortly after, I had reached odds again. Luckily, despite going over odds again, this phase did not take nearly as many encounters as Phase 1, which I'll consider a win. I got this shiny on stream as well, while working on my Shield Shiny badge quests on the side. This was a shiny I was really happy to get.
Bro, my eyes will not stop watering, by the way. Ooh. Shiny Pidgey! Oh my god! Yay! Shiny Pidgey! I was not expecting that at all! Holy Shiny Pidgey on why? Yeah! What the f, dude? 8 minutes in, yeah. I did 18 encounters! Shiny Pidgey! Okay, wait, let's see if I can name it something. It's male. But wow, that really took me by surprise. I saw it right away, I think. I wanna call it Nani, so I'll do that. Nani. I'm so happy. Nani.
We now have the second rarest shiny Pokemon on Route 2, after only 2 phases. This particular shiny Pidgey was also level 4, which is a bit less common than a level 3 Pidgey on this route. Pretty cool, right? With this shiny Pidgey found, we are up to exactly 16,000 total encounters for 3 shinies, averaging out to roughly 5,333 each. Ideally, I would want this average to be closer to odds, around 4,096 encounters each, but for now I'd be happy just getting that number under 5,000. To do that, we just need our next shiny to show up before 4,000 encounters. I told myself it was finally time to really lock in with this quest, and only 6 days after finding that shiny Pidgey, I reached odds for the 3rd phase in a row. This was slightly demoralizing, but it didn't hinder my motivation. I knew that if I continued to work this hard with the quest, surely I would be finding shinies much more often, and I could make more progress on Route 2 like I wanted. You'll see now why this video is titled An Unlucky Streak. Phase 3 really tested me, quickly surpassing double odds, and then overtaking Scatterbug in encounters shortly after. I've had bad luck with shiny hunting, but this was something else for me. I found a lot of inspiration in rewatching the Supreme Arcanine's quest to find the shiny Reggies from several years ago. His determination and words of wisdom really resonated with me, and made me realize that if he can handle doing over 70,000 resets for one shiny Registeel, I can handle going over odds many times in a row too. With that mindset, I reached 10,000 encounters, something I'd never done for a 1 in 4,096 random encounter shiny before. After that, I finally managed to find my 3rd shiny on Route 2, and well, here's the clip.
Shiny Pidgey! You're fucking lying! I got a fucking shiny Pidgey! You're kidding! You're actually kidding. Damn it!
Hey guys, just a quick update. I've got another shiny Pidgey right here in front of me. I'm gonna check how many encounters this one took because it was quite a lot. 11,126 encounters. I'm kind of disappointed that it ended up being another Pidgey, especially another level 4 Pidgey. That really sucks, but let's catch it. I'm very disappointed that going this many encounters ended with a dupe, but that is the nature of shiny hunting. And there's our shiny Pidgey. Yeah, I'm not nicknaming this thing, so it's go new box forever. Goodbye, shiny Pidgey.
Wait, we already have this one. After going nearly triple odds, my efforts were rewarded with something I didn't need. It sort of hurt, and it almost felt like a prank was being played on me. Alas, this was no reason to give up. If anything, it inspired me to work harder. With this 2nd shiny Pidgey, we're up to 27,126 encounters for 4 shinies, or an average of roughly 6,782 encounters each. Unfortunately, this phase really bumped up our average. I really wish I could say that after all that, the next phase was under odds, but alas, this quest had other plans for me yet again. Unfortunately, I went over double odds again for this one. Are you sensing a pattern yet? Here's the clip for the 4th shiny I found on Route 2.
All the Pokemon that are locked out from being transferred to home once bank shuts down. Oh! Yes! Oh my god! Oh, that makes me so happy! Yes! Shiny Goon! Oh my goodness! We actually got something today! Oh my god, that makes me so happy! Double odds again! It's over. Thank you! I saw that instantly. I'm so glad it wasn't a goddamn Pidgey! What do we name it? Do we just name it Goon? Oh wait, I was gonna name it Goon Lagoon. I think I'm just gonna go Goon Lagoon. So, Goon Lagoon. Perfect! Yay! Goon Lagoon has been transferred to box 1. Ah! That is such a relief.
With this shiny Zigzagoon, we're up to 36,371 total encounters for 5 shinies, which averages out to about 7,274 encounters each. Sadly, our average has gone up again, but I'm hoping the next shiny evens it out a bit more. And with that, the 2nd installment of the Kalos Shiny Route Quest series has come to a close. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to subscribe or give the video a like. Hopefully episode 3 doesn't give me as much of a headache as this one, and can release a bit quicker as a result. Until next time, Otsunana!